Hello everyone, Ikuni here, and welcome back to Friiiiiiightooooooobeeeeer. Today we're actually going to... Okay, I did that one, and I did that one. I think I'm going to ignore this one of meeting up with Shujo. That's the one where we... Sorry. It basically led us to meeting with him in the cafe. So, we're gonna be with Coco, with our dotspot, Kana. Last time, I believe what Kana says is what we chose, and we ended up dying. So, we are going to have, is Kana the Cursed Shadow? I want to be totally mistaken, but the doubt I harbored didn't disappear in the slightest. The only way to find out is to meet up with Kana. I should confirm it by meeting her alone in a place with very few people. This room, for example. But how will I escape if she happens to be the Cursed Shadow? I'll call Akira to come as well. Akira is Kana's boyfriend. He'll be able to do something if Kana is in fact the Cursed Shadow. Okay. I decided to send Akira a text. Fortunately, he was able to make time to come, and even better that he wasn't with Kana at the present. Wow, so this is your room, huh? You're no stranger to girls' rooms, are you? I have to admit, this room is very similar to Kana's. But is it okay to talk alone like this? Well, I told him that I needed to talk urgently and made something up. He mentioned meeting at the restaurant, which was reasonable, but it wouldn't be ideal for what I had in mind. I actually needed to have a serious discussion with you. Eh? I'm going to call Kana to come over as well. This is not a laughing matter. It might not be pretty, I'm just warning you. I didn't try and sugarcoat it. I need you to wait in the guest room next door. You should be able to hear our conversation through the walls. And if the conversation starts to get out of hand, I want you to intervene. You two may have an argument? Why? For starters, is there anything that I need to know about? Are you guys in trouble? I don't have time to go into details. Just please say you'll help me out. Okay, I'll do it. I just wish I understood what this was about. Thank you. With everything planned out, all I had to do was call Kana. Then, Kana came. It's been such a long time since I've been in this room. Make yourself at home. Kana and I sit down facing each other. Akira should be able to overhear our conversation from the room next door. I speak a bit louder to make sure of it. I wanted to talk to you about the Cursed Shadow thing. The thing that keeps attacking me. Well, I think it'll stop if you stop screwing around with guys' heads. I didn't like where this was going. I decided to get straight to the point. You're really the Cursed Shadow, aren't you? What? I backed up my assertion with the fact she was present each time I was attacked. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize 1,000,000 times. I'm just trying to rule out every possibility. Kana? Kana burst out laughing. Maybe I'm completely off the mark, but her laugh. So it was you? I finally revealed the truth. Goo! Ah! Something akin to fog erupts from Kana's body, and it materializes into the Cursed Shadow. So, you finally found me out. Kana, are you seriously responsible for all this? Hey, Coco, what's going on? Akira yelled desperately through the walls. It seems like he's not liking what he's hearing. Well, what's this? Akira, why? As expected, as soon as Akira appeared, her attitude disappeared. Ah, I see, you wanted Akira to protect you, right? This was your plan from the start. What does it all mean? Why are you after me? What did I do to deserve this? What did I do, you say, in spite of trying to steal my boyfriend? Huh? This is a big reason for my grudge. You took away my Akira. I can't forgive you for that. Eh? Eh? Took away from you? What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Ha! But Akira, you are my lover. I'm never gonna let Coco have you. Kana unleashes the Cursed Shadow on me. I hoped that Shiju would catch her in time, but the shadow was just too fast. See you soon! What did she mean? What was she implying by that? I hadn't a clue. I fainted on the spot, unable to process everything that had happened so quickly. To be continued? What? Well, at least it's not a bad end. Who? What the hell? I stared dumbstruck at the text "to be continued" on the screen. The screen displayed this text for another 5 seconds, then had faded and saved. To be continued? Does this mean I didn't beat it yet? The scenario seems to have reached a conclusion, yet I figured this was it and I would get all the answers, but it seems I was mistaken. I heard a chime from my phone and checked my email. I was shocked by what I read. The truth will be revealed tonight at midnight. An image of a map was attached to the email. The map was of the town where Iwasaki and Mahashi are living, the town setting in Bad End. Also, a certain spot had been marked on the map. At midnight. Is it saying to go there at midnight? See you soon. Mahashi had said it right before the game session ended. So that means the truth isn't revealed in the game itself. So the mystery will be solved in the real world? Only the player who survived up until this point is given a chance to know the truth? Anyway, I made it to the end. This is reason enough to be proud. The game that's killed all those players, and I cleared it. However, Mahashi was really behind the whole damn incident. Mahashi completely misunderstood the relationship between Iwasaki and her lover. That's where it all began. She was involved in an accident due to misunderstanding and rendered comatose. This caused her to haunt Iwasaki and drove her into an accident as well. On top of that, Mahashi made the game Bad End just for this reason. She did this to make Iwasaki suffer. I was sure I had all the facts right. It's not conclusive, but still. I'll get her to tell me everything. Most of all, I want to know why all of those people and my best friend had to die. Why did Yuji have to die? I wanted to know the truth, and why he was possessed to play this twisted game. I must go to the spot on the map and find out. I have to tell Shijo about this. As shocking as it will be, I have to tell him straight out. I called up Shijo. What happened? I talked about the fact that I cleared Bad End and backed up my reasoning with concrete details. Well, that's unfortunate. Upon Shijo hearing the news, his voice became sulky. Can I come over tonight? Kana will come, won't she? Most likely, yes. I think something like a shadow will appear. It will come out of Mahashi's body. I need to talk to Kana. Please, I have to. I was going to ask if you could join me anyway. I could use your help. Thank you. After the revelation was revealed, I hung up with Shijo. For now, I need to calm down. I'll put an end to all this come midnight. I must prepare myself physically and mentally. Ooh, pretty stars. I met up with Shijo and we went to the place marked on the map. Playground. Curious. The only sounds heard were our own footsteps. We finally made it to the appointed place. Is it right here? Yeah. It ended up being a deserted park illuminated slightly by some nearby lampposts. It seems nobody will be disturbed by whatever ends up happening. It's about 5 minutes till midnight. It's almost time. Is Kana really the one behind this whole thing? I couldn't possibly imagine it. But it's the truth, you can't deny it. You mentioned on the way over here, your best friend was killed by this game, right? Yeah, I'm almost positive that was the case. He probably made a mistake early on in the game. I told Shijo about my main concern for finding out the mystery, and why I was putting my neck on the line to beat the game. Hearing about how I lost my best friend, Akira responded with a sad expression. Even though it has brought back an emotional memory, it wasn't Akira's fault because he didn't know. So, what do you think about Kana? I mean, being in the hospital in a coma. Will you still visit her if she remains that way? It's true that Mahashi misunderstood everything from the beginning, and the coma stemmed from it. While she misunderstood, it doesn't excuse what she did. Although I haven't heard it from her yet, I'm fairly certain it's the truth. Shijo naturally wants to protect Mahashi. I would like to think that tonight will end on a happy note, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. Yeah. Do you think it would be a good idea if you watched from behind cover? Why? In case I was suddenly attacked. In that case, you can get away in time. I couldn't leave you behind. Please, just listen to me. I don't want both of us to die. No more sacrifices in vain. It can't be helped. I'll do as you say. Shijo took cover behind a bush like I asked. I glanced at my wristwatch. It's almost midnight. And the time was midnight on the dot. I took a deep breath and called out in a raised voice, "Mahashi, are you there? If you're here, come out." My voice echoes through the night. Then I felt a slight presence. A form blacker than the night sky appeared before me. It was identical to the cursed shadow that appeared in Bad End, the one responsible for Yuji's death. Finally, I meet you at last. You're surely behind this twisted game. I knew I was right. I said this bravely for someone who wasn't armed. I'm sure if I attacked it in any way, it wouldn't hurt the thing at all. Whatever may happen, fighting probably isn't an option. Will I make it out of this alive? It's not looking good, but I have to know the truth. I made it to the spot that you said. Now start talking. I want to know everything. Although I probably have a good idea of what's happening. Really? Odd. Is it truly surprised by this? There's no way you can understand. What do you know about me? I take the initiative and explain what I know. I'll tell you exactly what you've done wrong and are accountable for. I'll tell you about the tragedy that you caused. Mahashi paused for a moment to let it sink in. Akira is a lover, my one and only. Koko, how dare you betray me? It's all a misunderstanding. Shijo couldn't take it anymore and sprung from his hiding place. Kana! Oh, Akira, my darling Akira. Ah, Akira. My Akira. This is all a misunderstanding. Kana, I could never abandon you. The only time I could talk was at that time, and Koko was the only person I could think of. Because I love you, I couldn't tell you about the meeting. It would have hurt too much. Please, believe me, Kana. Then, Mahashi began to tremble intensely. Oh, that's trippy. The space around her became warped. What was just a dark shadow slowly took shape in the form of a woman. Ooh! The next moment, the words from Mahashi came out with a blood-curdling scream. I don't believe you! Kana, you... This thing is one and the same as the original Mahashi. Even all this time after the accident, all the negative feelings pent up have gone out of control. The result is this evil being that stands before us. Koko betrayed me! She's nothing but a slut! Is that the real reason? Because Koko is a man-eater? To look down upon her. Yes, Koko is that type of human. You haven't answered any of my questions. Why did you kill the other players? You had no right to do so. I'm trapping Koko's soul into the game. She'll never get out. The truth is, whenever someone dies as a result of a bad end, Koko's soul bears the brunt of it with dire consequences. She's punished for their mistakes. Then Koko bears a grudge against the player, and she in turn murders that person. This was the whole purpose of my game, but I'm the one that actually killed them. How could you do such a selfish thing? The player's last thought before they died was, it was Koko. She was the monster. Then I showed the entirety of what transpired to Koko's soul. She would break down crying. Everything was meant to torment Koko. I see now. I knew that there had to have been a bigger reason for this whole plot, but did Yuji have to die because of this demon's selfish acts? Kana, please, you've done enough. No more, please. How do we wake Kana and Koko? Tell us! That's not possible. What? The title of the game is Bad End, so that means there's no happy endings. You can't be serious! Damn it, stop messing around! Ha ha ha! All your hopes just got dashed into despair. Shall I give you despair? Now die! An overwhelming darkness races at us like a rabid beast. This is it. I'm done for. I'm no match for it, even if I resist. I'm going to die here. Damn it, I'm too young to die. I want to shout this, but it all seems so hopeless. If anything, it felt good to die knowing how Yuji was killed. You've done well, Kyuhei. Eh? What are they? Shijo screamed and edged back. Then... Oh. Ah! The area around Mahashi started changing, something it obviously didn't like. Wait, those are... Kyuhei... That voice! Yuji? Is that you? We have been waiting all this time to fight back against the one who murdered us. Ah, I won't forgive you. I won't forgive you! Die, die, die! I'll kill you. I'll kill you! I'll shred you into teeny tiny pieces! They are the souls of the dead people killed by Bad End? They must seek revenge. They've held grudges for too long. Karma is a bitch. Stop it! Mahashi struggles and tries to resist desperately, but the souls of the dead people persist and keep at Mahashi's body, slowly cutting her down. Help! Help! Akira! She goes aghast at the scene playing out before him, but he gritted his teeth and shouted, The one who I'm going to help is the real Kana in the hospital. You're the reason that Kana is suffering through this nightmare. Just die already! No, you're wrong. It's me, Kana, the real Kana. I'm right here. Well, everything's back to normal now. An unintelligible string of words erupted from Mahashi in a death cry. Then she vanished. The souls of the dead people had vanished as well. Yuji. Even though I call out to him, I can't hear his voice. Did he pass on to the afterlife? Is he resting in peace? It seems that now I can finally pray that his soul may rest in peace for eternity. About Kana and Koko. They're probably free from the curse. That evil spirit was truly terrified. I'm still shaken by the whole thing. I agree. It was all totally unbelievable. They even came to me in my dreams, urging me to keep playing Bad End. At one time, though, I thought they were haunting and cursing me, but that assumption was quickly laid to rest. They were wishing to be freed from the curse as well. It's finally over. Let's go check on them. It's very late now. It'll soon be dawn. Wow, really? It took 6 hours to do that? All right. I opened the mobile phone to have a look. Then I watched as the Bad End icon slowly dissolved from the screen. It was as though I never downloaded it at all. I have 2 Bad Ends I need to find. Crap. Morning eventually came without me sleeping a wink. I laid out of school. I skipped out of school again, met Shijo in front of the hospital. Hi, good morning. Good morning. You couldn't sleep either, huh? You look like a zombie. Besides the restlessness, his eyes were glimmering with anticipation. I've waited for this day to come. It's truly a miracle in itself. I was informed before coming that Kana and Koko really have awakened. All right! Shijo and I made our way into the hospital and went through the same procedure as last time. We were finally called on to visit Miyashi's room. Kana! Akira? Mahashi, who was placid and pale, stared at her boyfriend from her bed. Thank you for coming. Hey, that's my line. I've waited so long for you to wake up. Her eyes catch my face incidentally. Who's that guy? Seems she doesn't remember anything about the incident. He's a good friend of mine. He was really worried about you too. Shijo gestures to follow his lead. I nodded in silence. So, what were you about to say? It looked like you were going to say something. What I was going to tell you about what had happened was all a misunderstanding. Of course I know that. There's no way you'd betray me like that. Coco wouldn't do that. She wouldn't betray me. Mahashi's eyes started to get moist, then tears rolled down her cheeks. I was filled with selfishness after the accident and caused so much trouble. No, it's okay. It's over now. Will you hear me out? I had a very scary dream. I was frozen in place. Mahashi's scary dream? What kind of dream did you have? Mahashi gave an apologetic expression with tear-streaked eyes. In my dream, I had become a terrible monster. Though I don't remember it in detail, it was very disturbing. I was so scared. I believe a large number of people died because of me. If word of this got around, there was no way anyone else would believe it. But what she described is exactly what happened in Bad End. Mahashi's misplaced wrath was responsible for the murder of a large number of people due to that game. Please, it was a dream. Tell me it was just a dream. Of course it was. Shijo made eye contact with me as to follow along. I nodded again. The visiting hours finally ended, and we had to leave. Wow. Okay, so visiting hours in a hospital are usually 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. So they were there for 14 hours. Shijo spoke up. I'm sorry, but I know, it's for the best. I don't mean to hold a grudge against her for what happened. It was all a series of misfortunes. Thank you so much for understanding. It means a great deal to me. Thank you again. Come on, let's go check up on Coco. Akira! Hi, long time no see. Coco Iwasaki. I immediately recognized her from the game. She was just as pretty as in the game. My heart started throbbing uncontrollably. Did you skip out on classes just to come see me? I heard that Kana had awakened. There was no way anything could have stopped me from coming right away. Kana too? I knew it. Knew what? Maybe she... You never stayed in contact, have you? You said you didn't see her since childhood, right? Well, yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, I explained that I'm actually a friend of Iwasaki. This was awkward. What should I do to make sense of this? Kyuhi, anyway. So you remembered? Yes, I remember it all. Haha, that's good to hear. Shijo's actually misunderstanding a bit. In actuality, Iwasaki and I aren't acquaintances at all. Iwasaki is remembering the event from Bad End, unlike Mahashi. Listen, I want to be alone with Inui for a moment. Alright, so you two are pretty close, huh? Possibly you two kept a promise for the future? Oh, Akira, you dog. With that remark, Shijo left the room. Thank you for your help. So, you didn't forget what happened within the events of Bad End? Yes, unfortunately I remember it all. For several months I was tormented beyond anything you could imagine. My soul was torn from my body by that game, and I could only sit and helplessly watch. Every time a player killed me in the game, I felt intense pain, and the wrath of Kana's spirit attacked the player. The player mistook it for me holding a grudge, and as a result was killed. I was in so much pain. It's just as the shadow had said. Iwasaki had suffered so much pain and torment. But then help came. You decided to play the game and saved my life. The truth is, I played the game because I wanted to know what killed my best friend. No matter what the risk was, I needed to know. You persevered till the end and helped me. There's that smile. Thank you. So much. Iwasaki laughed calmly. Her smile immediately set me at ease. But there's still something I needed to ask her. Do you have any resentment towards Mahashi? No, Kana was not the one responsible for tormenting me. I had fallen victim to someone's bad intentions. by pure chance. That's actually a relief. It seems she doesn't remember that detail of Bad End. It's probably for the best to keep the secret to myself. I don't hold a grudge against her for what happened. Okay. Phew. So with that, everything is settled. So I guess my business here is done. I guess I'll say goodbye to Iwasaki. For some reason, I feel a deep sense of longing, a sense of loneliness. Listen, Inoue. Will you come visit me again? Huh? What did she just say? Just like Hana, her boyfriend, I want someone to be with. Someone to visit me and spend time with me and to talk to. That would truly make me happy. I see. Captivated by her beauty, there was no way I could decline. Then I suddenly recall. If a player had cleared Bad End, there was a reward waiting at the end. Maybe this was what that meant after all. The incentive for players to play the game. But I never imagined that the reward would be in this form. Dude, you just got a girlfriend! Then, sometime later... You seem to be in high spirits lately. Oh, I'm finally dating. What? Kanme's face registered shock that I had never seen him do before. Why are you surprised? There's still some good guys left, you know? I see. So you finally let it go. Yuji's circumstances and all. Oh, it was really good. I really owe you a lot, thank you. Owe me? What did I do? It was due to Kaname that I was able to make my initial contact with her. He had seen how depressed I was and invited me out for sweets. Without that, I might not have found out the truth. So I was able to track her down quicker than expected. Kyuhei! Hey, Coco. It was only until recently that I started using an informal way of addressing her. I now call her by her first name, Coco. Everywhere we went, everyone immediately knew we were a pair. How's your body feeling? It's doing better. I can go out much longer due to gain my strength back. In the hospital, her muscles had atrophied to the point where she couldn't even stand up. With rehab, her strength slowly returned. For the past week is when she was finally able to walk again. Shijo insists that Coco is still immature, but I think that the whole experience changed her. In my opinion, I think it's made her a bit more assertive, which is a plus. It helps her self-esteem. Kana and Akira seem to be going steady now as well. Yeah, I agree. Shall we go on a double date one of these days? You know, that's not such a bad idea. Kana Mihashi. Her rehabilitation is also going well. Each day is progressively better. Shijo is constantly inspiring her and helping her out, so I don't have to worry. By the way, Bad End has completely disappeared. Yeah, the game's webpage is gone. Also gone as well. The author is gone, and the game hasn't somehow cursed us with its existence again, thank goodness. From that day, Bad End had completely disappeared from the internet. The devoted posters on the BBS anonymity board who had been wanting a copy were sad, but if only they knew what was in store for them, they would have stayed the hell away from it from the start. Do you think a game like that will be made again? I honestly don't know. Even if there was, I'd never play it. That's a relief. If you die without me, I'll be all alone. Coco folded her arms over me and gave me a warm embrace. I lost my best friend to this whole tragedy, but in the end I was happy. Aww. If I learned anything, it's that a small misunderstanding can make a mountain out of a molehill. That was just part of human nature. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if something similar to Bad End was created again someday. Hopefully, it would just get deleted before anyone got injured or worse. Killed. All I could do is pray that it wouldn't come to that. Yay! So, that is the end of Bad End. Which I wish these credits would oh, they do go automatically. Sweet! So, I'm just gonna let those roll. and I will talk over them for a little bit, and then I'll let you guys listen to the music. But I liked this. This is the first visual novel that I've gone through completely, and I really like the design. I still need to get 2 more endings, maybe just 1 more. I don't know if this ending counts as one of the endings or not. But yeah, I liked the plot. The translation could have used a little bit more work, and I liked the characters. True end. But yeah. Okay, no los dos. It's said that there's a game in which a person that dies in the game will also die in real life. I'm playing it right now. So what's the title of this game? You're next! Alright, so yeah, I'm missing 2 endings, which I think are in the plot line of when I do not contact Akira and get him involved in all of this. So, yeah, alright. This is actually going to be the end of this series. We'll see if I go back and finish those 2, but expect a new game tomorrow. Thank you for playing. Your score evaluation is as follows. Evaluation is based on the first playthrough, being such you probably made a few wrong decisions, which is natural. Evaluation is decided by how many times did bad end something something. The final score is not influenced by a second playthrough and onwards. The score is permanent on the first playthrough. We appreciate your understanding. Don't feel like you did poorly based on the score. The only way to get the highest score possible is not make a single mistake. Now, I was aiming for getting mistakes to get all the endings, so for evaluation, rank G. Okay. That's really sad. Hey, I did that on purpose, okay? But yes, please expect a new game tomorrow. I don't know what it is yet, but yeah, I would like to thank you all for sticking with me on this journey, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and or a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe for more videos. The playlist for Friiiiiiightooooobeeeeer is in the description below, and I'm also going to be including the playlist for Bad End if, you know, this is the first episode that you're watching. Well, that's kind of weird that you're coming in on the absolute last episode, but whatever. Playlists will be in the description below. Until next time, my lovelies. Mwah!